Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the UEFA Champions League. We're going to explore how it went from a post-war dream into, well, the most coveted prize in all of club football. So how in the world did a single tournament in Europe become this massive global phenomenon? Let's get into the story of the competition that literally creates legends and defines entire careers.
Okay, so our story kicks off back in the 1950s. Europe was still rebuilding after the war, and out on the football pitch, a brand new dream was starting to take shape, to finally, definitively, crown the continent's one true champion.
And the answer was the European Champion Clubs Cup, or as everyone called it, the European Cup. The whole idea came from a French journalist, and it was pretty simple really. A brutal, straight-up knockout tournament with one single goal: find the best club in Europe.
And wow, did this tournament find its first superstars fast? The first 5 editions were just completely dominated by one club, Real Madrid. Led by the absolute legend Alfredo Di Stéfano, they set a standard of excellence that honestly still defines the competition to this day.
So as we roll into the 70s and 80s, that solo act by Real Madrid starts to fade, and it gives way to an age of competing dynasties. We're talking about a series of iconic teams, each with its own unique philosophy, ready to leave their own mark on football history.
First up, Ajax Amsterdam. For 3 years in a row, they just blew everyone away with total football, a revolutionary system where any player could just fluidly swap into any position. It was pure tactical genius, all orchestrated by the one and only Johan Cruyff.
But as soon as Ajax's reign was over, the torch was passed. Bayern Munich immediately stepped right up, claiming their own hat-trick of trophies. Their style was disciplined, relentless, and led by icons like Franz Beckenbauer, forging a brand new German dynasty.
Then, in the late 70s and early 80s, one country just flat out took over. English clubs won the trophy 7 times in 8 seasons. You had powerhouses like Liverpool and, incredibly, Nottingham Forest, who established England as the dominant force in Europe.
But this incredible era of dominance was tragically cut short. The disaster at the 1985 final at Heysel Stadium led to a 5-year ban for all English clubs, a moment that had profound and lasting consequences for the entire competition.
All right, let's jump ahead to the 90s, because the single biggest change in the tournament's history happened in 1992. And I'm not just talking about a little tweak. This was a complete and total rebirth.
And listen, this was so much more than a name change from the European Cup to the Champions League. The entire format was revolutionized. That pure knockout system was replaced with group stages. It expanded from only league champions to multiple teams from the top countries. And, maybe most importantly, it was repackaged as this sleek global television product.
This rebrand is what created the global spectacle that we all know today. It pumped huge amounts of money into the game, pulled in viewers from every corner of the planet, and packed the competition with more elite clubs than ever before.
And this new era of primetime drama? It was perfectly captured in the 1999 final. Manchester United, trailing 1-0, scored 2 goals in the dying seconds of stoppage time to win. It is still one of the most unbelievable comebacks in the history of sports.
So, with this new, high-stakes foundation firmly in place, the 2000s turned the Champions League into the definitive stage for football's biggest superstars and its most iconic moments.
The modern era has just been defined by these moments that are burned into football folklore, from Zidane's impossible volley in 2002 to Liverpool's miracle of Istanbul comeback in 2005 to the tiki-taka perfection of Messi's Barcelona. This is where history gets made.
The 2010s in particular were really all about an incredible rivalry. You had the 2 greatest players of their generation, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, leading their Spanish clubs to absolutely dominate the decade. Real Madrid and Barcelona won 6 of the 10 available titles. Just incredible.
And in just the last few years, that dominance has really fractured. We've seen new and familiar faces lift the trophy, from Bayern's unstoppable run in 2020 to Manchester City finally achieving their ultimate goal. It just proves the competition is as fierce as it has ever been. So, from its pretty humble beginnings as a post-war idea to its current status as a global powerhouse, the tournament has become so much more than just a competition.
It's the ultimate test. It's the stage where players and teams don't just win trophies, they write their names into history forever. This is where football immortality is earned.
And that history is always being written, on the biggest stage in club football. As the anthem plays and the world watches, it leaves us all with one thrilling question. Whose story will be written next?